Hello everybody and welcome to this very special stream. Now tonight I am going to be playing through a computer game that has literally just released called Fabled Lands. So why am I talking about it on this channel where I talk about how to be a better GM? Well, the Fabled Lands computer game I'm going to be playing through tonight was based or is based on a series of books by the exact same name. This is Fabled Lands, a book that I bought in 1995 for the staggering price at the time of 34 pence, give or take. So that's about 50 cents US. Now, this book has traveled with me around the world. The reason being, it has been so influential in my journey as a storyteller, as a GM, but also just in terms of freeing up my imagination and letting me wander around. Now, what makes these books particularly interesting is that there are now 7 in the series. And you can travel between the different books. You literally can walk out of one book into another. You can be a ship captain. You can be a warrior. You could be a wizard. You could be a wizard who's a ship captain. There are so many different things that you can do. And the book evolves as you go along. Things change, civil wars break up. You can die and lose everything. That's right, it's very, very old school. Now, the computer game has faithfully reproduced the book and added in some music and a slightly different combat situation to make it more computer gamey, basically. But the essence, the ideas, and the main treatment is still the same. So I'm going to be playing through the computer game tonight for the next 2 hours or so. And Prime Games, who are the manufacturers of the computer game, have given me 3 keys, that's right, 3 keys to hand out to you folks tonight. So 3 of you will be winning a copy of Prime Games' Fabled Lands, the PC game. So it doesn't get much better than that, does it? Right, enough from me. So let's jump into Fabled Lands, and you will have to tell me if the volume is too loud or not. So here we go. Love the music. I absolutely love the music. I hope it's not too loud. Let me know in chat, what's the volume like? Volume is good, says everyone from Twitch. Fantastic. This music actually reminds me, there was a film made in 1984 by John Borman called Excalibur, which was all about King Arthur and Uther Pendragon. And there's a dance where Igraine does this dance to music that's very similar in style to this. It's the seduction where Igraine seduces Uther Pendragon, causing the whole of England to go into war. It's lovely. Anyway, all right, so this is the game. We're going to jump straight into it and let's start playing. So here we go. New game. Now we get to choose a profession, or you get to choose the profession, as a matter of fact. We have warrior, mage, priest, rogue, wayfarer, troubadour, or warrior. So you get to choose warrior, mage, priest, rogue, wayfarer, troubadour. That's a brilliant red hair there. So absolutely love the artwork that was chosen. A grim and gritty warrior, a mage of talent and power, a priest wise and sage in the ways, perhaps a rogue, a little mysterious rogue could be quite interesting, a wayfarer, grim, determined, and definitely more about the wilds than anything else. Or, of course, a troubadour. You decide. Let's see, we're coming in here. Wayfarer, troubadour, priest, mage, bard. Troubadour's got 2 votes. Wayfarer's got 2 votes. Priest has got 2 votes. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, let's see. Troubadour. And the content is from the troubadour. Okay. Wayfarer. It looks like wayfarer or troubadour. Wayfarer or Troubadour? I've got Wayfarer coming in as well. Wayfarer seems to be dominating. So you know what? The next one that pops up on my screen is the one we're going to go with. Troubadour it is, from Sammy Critfiddle. Sammy, how you doing? Why are you up so early? Anyway, it is... we are going to be playing, I should say, Troubadour. So, we are going to be playing a Troubadour. Right, and we're going to give this Troubadour a name, or at least you are. What is the name of our Troubadour? Throw in some options, if you please. Now, one of the reasons why I was absolutely in love with Fabled Lands and why I agreed to actually do this read-through of this system is because you're going to see it is a book, but it's so much more than just a book. I mean, you can still get the printed copies of the book. You can head on over to our website, www.greatgamemaster.com, and follow the Amazon link and find the books on Amazon. Or, of course, you can get the game. Either way, you're still going to be reading through that book. And as far as I can see, well, the whole thing is just a gigantic ball of opportunity for you not only to be able to play with yourself, but also to be able to impersonate and come with characters and make up stories within the confines. It's really, really, I think, a lot of fun. Well, hopefully you'll agree with me. Okay, well, we had, let's see, we've got Garrick the Great, we've got Rock and Roll, we've got Tristan, we have Claire of the House of C Minor, we have Trobadix, says that's quite fun, Brillor the Brilliant, Bobo, Milflurus, Trobadix, let's see, Gerald Lootlorder, could be, Elliot von Home. No, we won't call him an Elliot. Loot from Hagar the Horrible. Loot, what a great Hagar the Horrible, great comic book series as well there. Tonjon the Ballard Boy. Okay, so we've got some options there. Warlocks United 2nd edition says Garrick the Great is definitely the name that we should be going for. This name always makes me laugh, says Mr. Zay. Imar Yedahag. Okay, that's great. Gyrian Maximus says Hazel Lasser. Leon Strumley. Let's see. I'm going to Lord Mundur. Lord Mundur is from Inky Design. And let's see. Jumped on Normandeer. You know what? Normandeer, I think, is definitely. It's definitely sticking in my head. Loot or Lormandeer? Lormandeer Loot? Loot Lormandeer? Actually, you know what? I think that's a pretty good combination. Call me crazy. Our character's name is Loot Lormandeer. Ooh, we can't fit it in. Lormond. Loot Lormond. That's his full name now. I'm combining two options together. Loot Lormond. Okay, now for those of you who are new to how this whole system will work, is we have a combat value. That's our chance of hitting enemies. We have a defense. That's how much chance we have of avoiding being hit by enemies. And stamina is how much health we have before we die. Hopefully we won't die. Now, based on the book, we have charisma. How charismatic we are, likely to sneakily weasel our way through things. Combat, our combat ability. Magic, our ability to create and craft magic. Sanctity, our knowledge of the gods and just how pious we might be. Scouting, our ability not to get lost. I think we're going to get lost. And then thievery, the ability for us to, well, you know, borrow things from other people for an extended duration. So, yes, that's definitely something to think about. Okay, let's get going. There is the map of all of the areas that you can travel through at the moment. And we have just arrived. And here we go. The approach of dawn has turned the sky a milky green-grey, like jade. The sea is a luminous pane of silver. Holding the tiller of your sailing boat, you keep your gaze fixed on the glittering constellation known as the Spider. It marks the north, and by keeping it to port, you know you are still on course. The sun appears in a trembling burst of red fire at the rim of the world. Slowly, the chill of night gives way to brazen warmth. You lick your parched lips. There is little water sloshing in the bottom of the barrel by your feet, but not enough to see you through another day. Sealed in a scroll case tucked into your jerkin is the parchment map your grandfather gave you on his deathbed. Here. You remember his stirring tales of far sea voyages, of kingdoms beyond the western horizon, of sorcerous islands and ruined palaces filled with treasure. As a child, you dreamed of nothing else but the magical quests that were in store for you if you too became an adventurer. You never expected to die in an open boat before your adventures even began. Securing the tiller, you unroll the map and study it again. You hardly need to. Every detail is etched into your memory by now. According to your reckoning, you should have reached the east coast of Harkoon, the great northern continent, days ago. A grey, pasty blob splatters on the map. After a moment of stunned surprise, you look up and curse the seagull circling directly overhead. Then it strikes you. Where there's a seagull, there may be land. You leap to your feet and scan the horizon. Sure enough, a line of white cliffs lie a league to the north. Have you been sailing along the coast all this time without realizing the mainland was so close? Staring towards the cliffs, you feel the boat judder against rough waves. A howling wind whips plumes of spindrift across the sea. Breakers pound the high cliffs. The tiller is yanked out of your hands. The little boat is spun around out of control and goes plunging in towards the coast. You leap clear at the last second. There is a snap of timber, the roaring crescendo of the waves, and then silence as you go under. Striking out wildly, you try to swim clear of the razor-sharp rocks. For a while, the undertow threatens to drag you down, then suddenly a wave catches you and flings you contemptuously upon the beach. Battered and bedraggled, you lie gasping for breath, until you hear someone walking along the shore towards you. Wary of danger, you lose no time in getting to your feet. Confronting you is an old man clad in a dirty loincloth. His eyes have a feverish, bright look that is suggestive of either a mystic or a madman. It is time to begin your adventure.
What have we here, friends?
asks the old man. He seems to be talking to someone next to him, although you are certain he is alone.
Looks like a washed-up adventurer to me,
he says in answer to his own question.
All wet and out of luck.
He carries on having a conversation that quickly turns into a heated debate. He is clearly quite mad.
Excuse me,
You shout above the hubbub of an attempt to grab the old man's attention. He stops and stares at you.
Is this the Isle of the Druids?
You ask impatiently. I've decided to give us a deep voice. We are a troubadour after all.
Indeed it is, says the old man. Now, I see that you are from a faraway land. It is up to me, to us, to welcome you to Harkoon. But I think you have much to do here, as it is written in the stars that someone like you would come along. Your destiny awaits you. Follow me, young adventurer.
The old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. Okay, we're getting to our first decision. Do we follow him? Do we scour the remnants of the washed shore? Or do we explore the island on your own? It's your call. What are we going to do? Drug Dwarf says, screw this old man, he's just going to give us a tutorial. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Lext says, follow. Follow says Inky Design. Murray Lostipad, hello, how you doing? Says Listipad, I should say. Says follow. Arak says follow. Samuel says follow. It looks like we're going to follow him. Very well. Absolutely. So let's get in there and do some following. And let me just make sure. Yep, there's nothing happening there. All right. Let's try and figure out what's happening here. As someone has just said, the colour looks a little bit odd. And now that I look at it, it does look like the greens are a little washed out. So let's have a look and see what's going on there. Oh, I do apologise, folks. Let's just get rid of that. And suddenly the colour is there. Look at that. Nice bright colour. Okay. Right, thank you for pointing that out. So the colour has now returned. The forest is green. It's because we were parched, you see. We were so very, very, very parched. So let's follow him along the track. During your short trip upward, the old man regales you with tales of your destiny and fate, continuously arguing with himself as he does so. Well, we have to journey to the Obsidian Stones. This looks to be quite the little island that we've found ourselves upon. Here we go. You reach a hill covered with a circle of large obsidian standing stones. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem almost newly lain.
Here are the gates of the world, says the old man.
The stones are laid in such a way that they form 3 arches, each carven with mystic symbols and runes of power.
Each gate will take you to a part of the world of Harkoona, though we know not where,
explains the old man. Abruptly, he turns around and sets off down the hill, babbling to himself. His voice fades as he descends the hill, leaving you alone with the brooding stones and the howling wind. There are 3 stone gates engraved with ancient runes. Each gate is marked with a name: Yellowport, Marlock City, and Wishport. From here, you can see the coast and the whole island, which is heavily forested. Do we step through one of the archways, or do we explore the island further?
I feel as if perhaps our musical talents would be wasted upon this small island. We are, after all, a great troubadour named Ludmer, and I think we should perhaps head out somewhere else. Where I'm not sure. I think it would be a good idea to call the gate to Yellowport door number 1, the gate to Marlock City door number 2, and the gate to Wishport door number 3. So let us see. Where do we think we're going to get the biggest audience? Or are we going to go wandering in amongst the forest? Grandfather did promise us that we would have adventure, but I don't think we would have adventure in a forest necessarily. Unless squirrels make for good audience members, I'm not sure. So let's see. Explore city, says most people. Marlock City. Marlock City is coming up quite often. I'll give it a few more moments as we just figure out where we're going. Marlock City, Wishport, Yellowport, or continue exploring. Love the music in the background. Really, really cool. Marlock City or Wishport? It looks like we're definitely going through the archway. We're not exploring this island. We are out of here, which is interesting. Exploring while singing professional pirate. Yes, well, we're not exactly a pirate. Not yet, anyway. All right, we're going to step through one of the archways. That much is clear. And Yellowport's grayed out because that hasn't yet been added in. So Marlock City, it is. You step through the archway
Immediately, the symbols on the stone begin to glow with red-hot energy. Your hair stands on end and your body tingles. A crackling nimbus of blue-white force engulfs you. The sky darkens and thunder and lightning crash and leap across the heavens. Suddenly, your vision fades and everything goes black. When your sight returns, you find yourself outside the gates of a huge fortified city. A guard stands in surprise at the sight of you. Then he shakes his head as if to clear it. Sure, he must have imagined what he just saw. The gates open and a troop of heavy cavalry canter past. "Make way for the Marlock City militia," says the guard. When they have passed, you walk into the city. Marlock City is a huge, sprawling metropolis enclosed in a fortified wall said to have been built 1,000 years ago by the ancient Shaddar Empire. It is the capital city of Saqqara. Marlock City was once known as Sokar until Grieve Marlock led the army in bloody revolt against the old king, Corran VII, and had him executed. The general renamed the city after himself, and it is now a crime to call it Sokar. The general lives in the old king's palace and calls himself the Protector General of all of Saqqara. Whereas the old king was corrupt, the general rules with a fist of iron. Some people like the new regime, and others are loyalists, still loyal to Nagarin, the heir to the throne, who has gone into hiding somewhere. Outside the city gates hang the bodies of many dead people. Labels around their necks read, "Rebels executed by the state for the good of the people." You best behave yourself if you don't want to end up like one of them, grates a guardsman, nodding towards the swinging corpses as you pass through the great eagle-headed gates of Marlock City. To leave Marlock City by sea, or to buy or sell ships and cargo, go to the harbour master. Well, we now have the entire city to explore. We've got many options here. We don't have a house stash. We could explore the city. We could go to the temples and try and get a blessing. Something perhaps to see us on our way. Although we have precious little coin, we only have 16 shards. We could go to the palace, although what we do there I'm not sure. We could go to the market. We have not got a lot to sell. The Three Rings Tavern is always an option. We are thirsty after all. We haven't drunken anything for quite some time. Or I suppose we could go to the harbour. Let's just have a look quickly at our character sheet here. We've got a mace and a leather jerkin. And that's about it. We don't really have very much else. So that won't really help us. Skills, Song of Swiftness, and the illusionary clone. Again, that won't really help us now. So I think we probably want to go exploring. Except, I think it is time to award the first game key to one of you wonderful people who have been in the chat for so long. So, I would like you, please, to send me an email. That's right, send me an email to the email address that I am putting into chat at the moment. And the email is geekstable@gmail.com. I want you to send me an email that gives me the name of what Saqqara was originally called, and it is now illegal to name it thus. What was the original name of this place? Send me an email. The first email that I get will win a key. Winner will be announced towards the end of the stream. So send in that email if you can. And if you already have the game, well, maybe give some others an option, or get the key for a friend so they can join in as well. Everyone else has asked for us to go exploring, so that's where we're going. We're going exploring. You take a stroll through the streets. Marlock City is teeming with people. Explore the barracks area, visit the Street of Entertainers, or enter the residential quarter. I think we need to go to the Street of Entertainers. I don't think there's a question. Psst! Come here, friend. Someone whispers from the shadows.
Oh, are you a fan? Do you like my music? Have you heard my music? I don't know if we should go over to him or not. What do you think? Do you think we should go over to him? Who am I talking to? I am as mad as the man on the bloody island.
Come on, I said come here, friend. I said friend. Let's be friends.
What should we do? Are we naive, chat? I think so, says Slasio. Always nice to meet new people, says Puzzled Dragon. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you tell me, should we go in or not? 2 so far saying go in. 3 saying go in. 1 saying no. See how big a trap it is? Talk to him. Then let's go in. We do love attention. In we go.
Why, yes, I am he.
Want to try your luck in the gambler's den?
Asks a short, dark man dressed as a mercenary bodyguard.
Just 5 shards entrance fee.
He nods to a door at the top of some rickety stairs.
Well, are you sure you haven't heard my music before? I am quite famous on my little island that I escaped from recently and nearly died. It's a fantastic tale.
I don't want to hear your tale. Do you want to gamble or not?
All right, well, I suppose then. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? We've only got 16 shards. It's not enough to buy very much. Anyway, I guess. So, I mean, we might win more, really. Besides, I could become a famous gambler. Yes. I think we should, perhaps go in. Although, the voices in my head are telling me not to. Should we? Shouldn't we? I've got so many people saying no. So many people saying no. No, I think we'd best save our money. We'll come back another day. Thank you.
He shrugs and hisses at another passerby. You wander off and pass an uneventful evening.
Entertainers? I hardly call this the area of entertainers. Not very entertaining at all.
Let's go into the residential quarter. Perhaps I can pick up a private performance. You come across a blazing house in the poorer area of town. A crowd has gathered watching the flames impassively. A young girl runs up to you in tears. "My mother is inside! Please, please help her!" she begs. The fire is raging hard and you are not sure whether anyone could be left alive inside.
It is a moment. It is an option for us to be heroic, for us to gain the favor of the crowd, to build a reputation, to be known as those who went in and saved the little girl's mother. Why, I think we should make a ballad out of this, as a matter of fact. Listen, would you please go and save her? Yes, all right, fine, I'll go and save her. Very well. Stand aside. I, Lut Lamond, will save her. Here I go. Look at me, I'm saving her. You charge into the burning building in search of the child's mother. You see her lying unconscious at the bottom of the stairs. Desperately, you try to get her, but a burning beam has fallen across your way and the smoke is making you choke. Oh no, my precious voice! Sorry, you'll have to burn. Roll the dice. Lucky. With an heroic effort, you manage to get to the woman. Grabbing her up, "Oh, you weigh a lot, madam." You run for the door and stagger out into the cool night air, smoke and flame licking at your heels. The townsfolk give you a rousing cheer, and the girl thanks you effusively for her saving her mother. It is I. Remember the name Loot? That's right. Later, it transpires that the woman is actually a powerful sorceress whose experiments in fire magic went slightly wrong. Her name is Alicia, the Traveller, and she gives you a gift, a pale moonstone. This is most wonderful. This is fantastic. Thank you.
Alicia tells you that you can use the moonstone by rubbing it, and you will be instantly teleported to the vicinity of the sunstone, which she carries on a necklace. I'll be here in Marlock City. Whenever you are desperate, at the end of your tether, or just want to get here fast, use the moonstone, and you will appear beside me. I will do everything in my power to aid you, and then my debt to you will be repaid.
Oh yes, absolutely. Well, first night on the job and already saving people. I think this is just going swimmingly. There we go. Well, do we really want to explore the barracks? Those soldiers weren't particularly interesting, if you ask me. They seemed a bit gruff. Perhaps the tavern. Now that we are heroes, we might get a free drink. The Three Rings Tavern is a comfortable inn near the city centre. The tavern costs you 1 shard a day. Each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina point if injured, up to the limit of your normal unwounded stamina score. Buy drinks all around the bar and listen for rumours, or go back.
No, I you should be buying me drinks, not the other way around. But since we don't really have much option, I think I'm going to buy drinks for everyone. I certainly want to drink myself.
You lose 3 shards. An old troubadour tells an epic tale of adventure and romance involving 3 heroes, a princess and a dragon. Afterwards, you find yourself talking to him at the bar. He tells you about the time he was captured by the man-beasts of Nerech, and that by soothing their savage ferocity with music, he was able to escape. I know of this place, Nerech. Music, you say? I like that. The bard tells you of his lifelong quest to find the greatest story ever told. It is said that the god Sig, in his aspect as the divine bard, passed this knowledge to a mystic called Damor the Hermit. He lives alone in a lost cave, awaiting the day when he can pass on the story to the one who finds him. I am too old now to pursue the quest, so I pass it on to you. I believe he can be found in the foothills of the spine of Harkoon, the mountains to the north. Good luck, troubadour.
That certainly sounds like a quest worthy of us. Travel to the great mountains of the north, find this hermit, learn the greatest story ever told, and then tell it and become the greatest troubadour that ever lived. We already saved a woman. I think this sounds like an epic quest, and one that I feel we should pursue. What say you lot? What do you think? Do we leave the city and head north to the spine of Harkoon and glory? Or do we stay in the city and continue to look for things? We haven't yet gone to the temples, I suppose. What do you think? Time to head out. Are mace and a leather jerkin enough for travels? Well, with 13 shards, we're not likely to buy anything else, so it's pretty much all we got. Let's have a look at the market quickly. Yep, to buy a leather armor is 70 shards, ring mail 120. We've got a mace, so we're okay there. Not much else to buy. Not that anything that we can afford, let's put it that way. So no. We'll need more money. In search of glory. I agree. Temples, then north. Yeah, those prices, indeed. Let's go to the temples and just see. The capital city of Saqqara has 3 large temples, nesting at different locations on its streets. In addition, it has the one-of-a-kind House of Priests, which functions as the administration of the polytheistic religion of Saqqara and Golnir. Visit the House of Priests, visit the Temple of Elnir, visit the Temple of Elvir and Valmir, or visit the Temple of Sig. Well, if we're going on a quest for Sig, it might be good to get his blessing, you know what I'm saying?
The Temple of Sig the Cunning, patron of vagabonds, troubadours, lovers, thieves, and rogues, is a ramshackle warehouse in the poor quarter. Inside, however, there is so much wealth it makes you gasp. Ah! The idol of Sig, a saturnine, two-faced young human of indeterminate sex, is covered in gems.
As you can see, we have been made quite rich by generous donations,
says a black-robed priest. Become an initiate, renounce worship, seek a blessing. Seek an audience with the high priest. Let's become an initiate. Becoming an initiate of Sig gives you the benefit of paying less for blessings and other services. Also, you can add 1 to your thievery score, as Sig will watch over your pilfering activities and keep you safe from the law. It costs 50 shards to become an initiate, and you cannot become an initiate if you're already an initiate of another temple.
Well, yes. Maybe we should see the high priest. Perhaps he's heard of me, the rescuer of women on fire.
The high priest takes you to a private chamber.
You may just be what the temple needs, he says. A good old-fashioned thief.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a thief, more a hero, but...
There is a suit of armor made entirely of gold. Ceremonial only, of course. Nevertheless, we would like to have it donated to us.
I see, you reply. And where is this armor?
Well, that's the tricky part. It's in the Temple of Turnai in Karanbaru. In fact, it's worn by the idol of Turnai himself in the temple. Can you bring us the gold chainmail of Turnai? In return, we'll instruct you in the roguish arts.
Well, We're more of a hero type singer than you know, a rogue. Let me think about it for a moment. Yes, perhaps instructing us now would be better than later. More chance, you see, of passing. But no, not on the cards. Test, is it? Well, all right.
Folks are saying accept the blessing, so that's exactly what we're going to do. You accept the High Priest's mission.
How much does a blessing... 30 shards? That's daylight robbery! Which I suppose is the point. Nonetheless, we can't afford that. Well, thank you.
Let's go to the House of Priests. Maybe we can haggle. The House of Priests is an impressive building. A roundhouse of multicolored bricks. The myriad colors give it a bizarre and garish look, calculated to unsettle the visitor. Inside, 100 officers teem with the administration of the polytheistic religions of Saqqara and Golno. Pay 10 shards as contribution in order to enter.
No, thank you. I just wanted to look at the unsettling building. Thank you, goodbye, pleasant day.
Let's go and see what Elnir's about. The Temple of Elnir is a single spire reaching skywards. Eagles roost in its lofty belfry. They are sacred to the priests of the Skylord. Elnir is the divine ruler of the heavens, patron of statesmen and kings, and his sons are the Stormlords. Thunder is the sound of the sons of Elnir, smiting the cloud demons, says a passing peasant.
Okay, that's great. Good for you.
Seek a blessing. 10 shards for a blessing, and it allows us to remake charisma checks. Well, that's very nice. What does it cost to become an initiate? Becoming an initiate of Elnir gives you the benefit of paying less for blessings. It costs 60 shards.
Yes, no, perhaps Elvir and Velmir
the gods of the sea.
The Temple of Elvir and Velmir, divine rulers of the House of the Sea, is right on the teeming harbour of Marlock City. Its sea-green marbled porticos are draped in 100 silver nets. Brother and sister, Elvir and Velmir, rule below the waves. Elvir brings the souls of the drowned in his nets before his sister, Velmir, for judgment. A swaggering ship's captain emerges from the temple, saying to you in passing,
Never, I mean never, go to sea without paying your respects to the twin gods, unless you want to sail through a world of storms.
Right, well, I'm a hero. I'm not a sailor. But let's just see, just in case. It's only 5 shards, cheap, but, well... Yeah, I don't think we should risk it. We're going inland, aren't we? Right. Well, thank you very much for that. That's the temples. I think we are done here, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's head out. So many different options. We could follow the river Grim northwards. I don't much care for the sound of the name of the river. We could head into the Cursed Moor. Oh, no. Do we really want to go to the Cursed Moor? Doesn't sound very nice. Trefoil, the ruined, destroyed city. The Shadar Tor also doesn't sound particularly exciting. All in the interests of heading northwards. That's the spine of Harkoon up there. That's the Nerech, I think. All this area we don't really know about. So where do we go? Trefoil doesn't sound too bad considering it's empty. There might be brigands though hiding in the ruins. The Cursed Moor doesn't sound like we'll find much there. The River Grim, I'm not sure. And Shadar Tor is actually not going in the right direction up, so I'm not sure. Let's see. You let me know where you think we should go. As Russell Jacobs says, rivers are a good path for a journey. That is true. Lloyd Guyan says, I feel we should at least go to the river. Follow the river. It's the river it is. So here we go. You are on the east bank of the River Grim, a great powerful river which rushes past towards the sea. You can travel to Golnir from here. Well, look at that. You catch a smolder fish whilst fishing. Yeah. Isn't that a bit of luck? Yeah. There you go. Right. Follow the river, continuing upwards. Oh! There's a castle on the banks of that river. I think that could be interesting. Devil's Peak. We're not very good at finding and climbing and scouting and whatnot. So, I think we're going to follow the river north, just for now. This is the east bank of the River Grim, near its source in the spine of Harkoon, far to the north. You reach a ford where you can travel to the west bank for 1 shard. You could try swimming across instead, but the current is strong. This would require us to enter into the second book, The Cities of Gold and Glory, which will be an expansion for the PC game, I'm sure. Continue east of the river. Well, there's the castle just waiting for us. You are wandering across the wilderness of northwestern Saqqara. There is a magnificent castle nearby, with many different pennants flying from its towers. As you draw near, you see that the pennants all represent different coloured dragons. The red dragon, black dragon, green dragon, and so on. Outside the gates, a jousting list has been set up, and a few warriors are trying their hand against some knights who have dragon symbols on their shields. A knight in full plate rides up and says, "Welcome to the castle of the Dragon Knights. It is our custom to joust against all who would come here, for a wager, of course."
He explains to you that you must bet the weapon and suit of armor that you will use for the joust. If you lose, you forfeit the weapon and armor. If you win, you get the armor and weapon of the knight you defeat. Most of your opponents, you note, would be using a sword and plate armor.
Well, I am the rescuer of those that would burn, the swimmer of the seas, the speaker with those who are mad, and I fancy myself as being a bit of a warrior, after all. I mean, we do have combat of 4, which is not bad. Although some have said I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. Some have said, not many, but some. So what do we do? What do we do? Perhaps we fight the first one and see how well trained they are. They don't look particularly well trained to me. I mean, they're just men on horses. It can't be that hard after all. I'm not sure what to do. Do it. Be drawn into the fight. All right, let's do it. Decide which armor and weapon you will use in the fight. They will be the ones you are betting with. Because it is not a fight to the death, your weapons are padded, so even if you drop to 0 stamina, it won't be fatal. Ha ha! On guard, you foul fiends! Oh, we don't shout that? I have to ride a horse? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh! They're all here! Oh my! I didn't anticipate having to fight all of them at once! Oh, that's very different. Okay, Ha! Well, this creates an illusionary copy of yourself in an unoccupied adjacent tile. The clone has the same stats, but has only 1 stamina point. Oh, well, I think we should just make a stat. And then, we're done. Oh, he moved so quickly. Can the clone attack? No? Oh, this is going to be very short. A Song of Swiftness emboldens you and your clones in the area of its effect, granting +3 defense. Oh yes! Ha! Ha! We... Ha ha! You missed! Attack the Green Knight first. Yes! Well done, Cloney! Ah! Cloney! Give me another one. Hit the clone! Good work, Cloney! Oh, we might just be able to pull this off, you know. If I step forward, I can attack the Blue Knight or the Red Knight. Let's try and attack. No, Blue Knight it is. Oh, I missed. Cloney's better than I am. Oh, Cloney! Oh, it hurts. It burns. Oh no, we're going to die horribly. Ah! Rip you, Red Knight! Ah! You pass out after the fight. You come around back to your stamina score before the fight started. You lose the weapon and armor you were using. The Dragon Knights compliment you on your bravery. Huh. Until next time, says your recent opponent. You take your leave, somewhat bruised. Ah, yes. Well, the mace just weighed me down, and the leather armor prevented me from breathing properly. Yeah, that's what I say, anyway. Right, well, there's the spine of Harkoon. There are the western foothills, so that's where we said we were going, so let's journey there.
You have come to the foothills of the spine of Harkoon in the northwest of Saqqara. The view is impressive. A massive wall of forested mountains whose rocky, white-flanked peaks soar skywards into the clouds. These parts of the mountains are unclimbable, but you notice a large cave at the bottom of a mountain.
Aha! Sig has brought us here, even though he didn't want to make us an initiate.
You enter the cave. It is large and dark. Unfortunately, it is the lair of a pack of wolves. A very big pack of wolves.
Run away!
There are too many wolves to contend with. You withdraw before they get angry.
Ha ha ha! Ah, yes. All the wolves. All the wolves. He was supposed to be a hermit, not a wolf, damn it! Alright, well, let's go to the main road and try our luck there.
You are crossing the wild country of northeast Saqqara, heading for the main road. Attacked by wolves.
I thought we lost them!
You are attacked by wolves!
Alright, Cloney. Oh dear. Defend. Let the wolves come to us. Enhance. Oh. Alright, I'll stand here. Cloney! Attack! No, Cloney, you useless little clone! I shall show you how it is done. Look. Okay, apparently I showed you exactly how it's done because we don't have any weaponry! No, Cloney, live longer. Let's focus on the same one. Oh, this is going to take forever. Cloney! Bring back Cloney. No, Cloney! Oh, I fear the worst. Go away, you horrid wolf. Oh my god! Ah! Why are these wolves immortal? Uh-oh.
You are dead. You are dead since you do not have a resurrection deal. An unfortunate end to your adventures. New game. Well, I just love this music. So ends the life of Lute the Bard. What a pity. I think, because we still have an hour, let's do it again. That is something that even the original books used to have, was that sometimes when you're dead, you dead. So there we go. Lute, sorry, you didn't make it. But I do think that now is a good time for the second giveaway of that prize of a game code for Fabled Lands, the PC game as released by Prime Games. And all you need to do to answer the question is answer the question and send an email to this email address. And I'm going to type it into chat now, Geeks Table, at gmail.com. Send this in. The first email that I get will be the winner. And yeah, if you want a copy of Fabled Lands, send through this the answer to this next question. And this next question is, name one of the authors of Fabled Lands. There were two of them. I have interviewed one of them and met both of them. They're lovely people, absolutely lovely people. Name one of the two authors who wrote the Fabled Lands originally, all the way back in the good old days. Send that through to geekstable at gmail.com. For now, though,
let's create a new character. The troubadour. Well, the troubadour was interesting, but is dead. So let's start again. Let's start with something different, I say. So, to remind you, if you've just joined the stream, we have warrior, mage of power and magic, priest of wisdom and sanctity, rogue, I might just borrow a few things, wayfarer, grim, dark and determined. And we're not doing a troubadour. So, what shall it be? Start your voting now. We've got mage, wayfarer, warrior. 2 votes for warrior, 1 for rogue. Priest, 2 for priest. More for rogue coming in. Oh, lots of mage calls. Dragon trying to vote 3 times for thief. Thief. Mage, says Myth Draken. So let's go with mage. That is what we will be, and we need a name for our mage. So, our mage, if you please, I'm going to use the name of the winner of the first game code, and the winner was none other than Inka Salonen, who got the first question right. It is Sokar. So, Inka Salonen, congratulations to you. I am going to give you the first of the codes right now, so you can start enjoying the game. And there you go. I don't know why it's not pasting it in a nice color for me, but I suppose it is what it is. So, congratulations to you on winning the Fabled Lands game there. And your email is on the way. Okay, I see lots of people sending through answers to the next question. I'll reveal the winners at the end of the show. Okay, so there we go. In honor of that, our winning individual there of Inka. If you're in chat, is that Inky by any stretch of the imagination? Let's see. So our mage will be known as Inkad the Magnificent. Inkad, I think. So there we go. And let's jump into it. We've got Lightning Strike, which I quite like, and Ice Bolt. So, I suppose this mage will be one of superior intellect. I know everything about anything except for the religions, because that is a silly notion. Here we go. Now, I'm not going to read through the chapters that we have read through before. Suffice it to say that we crash upon the waves and welcome our old friend, the mad druid of the Isle of Druids. So, the old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. Well, I'm certainly very aware that those monolithic stones might very well be ancient gateways that would allow me to travel all over the area of Sokar and Golnar. I know what those are, and I'm fairly certain I would know how to activate them given my superior intellect. So, what else should we do this time round? Explore the island? Or should we scour the remnants for anything that washed ashore? Yes, I think that's a pretty good idea. We don't need some madman telling us what to do. You find a small vial holding a reddish concoction. You bless your good fortune when you recognize it is a healing potion. My superior intellect has made good on exploring the shoreline. Come on! I'll show you the gates of the world.
the old man babbles. I don't believe that we really need to follow that insane creature. I will find it on my own, thank you, old man. Go away and stop talking to yourself. Crazy twit. You want to explore the coast on your own, and you believe you have quite sensible reasons to do so. Well, here's the coastline, or the forest, or the stones. Well, we have already deduced what the stones are because of our superior intellect, which means that either we can continue on the coastline or we can head into the forest. I deduce that this forest is probably filled with forest-like things, such as trees and leaves, whereas the coastline perhaps might hold something more interesting. A coast, for example. You make your way around the coast. The interior of the island appears to be heavily forested. Ha! I knew it! I told you it was full of trees. After a while, however, you come to a bay in which a couple of ships are anchored. A small settlement nestles on the beach. A trading post, eh? Well, I doubt they'd have anything there that would satisfy our intellectual hunger, although perhaps it might satisfy our physical hunger and our thirst, not to mention our thirst, of course. Yes. Very well, let us go to the trading post. Perhaps we might find someone of equal intellect that we might engage in some repertoire with, but I doubt it. The trading post is a small village, set up here by enterprising settlers from the mainland. Its main export appears to be furs from the forest. The mayor, a fat, genial fellow, who greets you personally, insists that one day the trading post will be a thriving town. Mark my words. There is not a lot here yet, however. A small market, a quay, the settlers' houses, and a shrine to Lacuna the Huntress, goddess of nature. Gods, such a waste of time! To place one's faith in the idea of some supernatural being is absolutely ludicrous. Completely insane, if you ask me. Now, let's have a look around. Wandering around the tiny settlement is uneventful. There is nothing much for you to see. Well, thanks for nothing. Oh, I see that there is a temple to Nargil here as well. And Lacuna. Well, I suppose we should see what's going on. It is education of a sort, even if it is to dismiss it as drivel. The shrine is set in a wooded grove. Birds twitter in the trees, and a deer darts away into the forest at your approach. A priestess is tending a low altar, where food and drink has been laid out in honor of Lacuna, the goddess of the wilderness. She is the patron of hunters, trappers, woodsmen, and all those who seek oneness with nature. Let's see what this insane woman has to say. Hello, priestess. The priestess, dressed in silken robes and wearing a wreath of oak leaves, says, I have need of an adventurer like yourself. For arcane reasons involving the secret mysteries of Lacuna, I need the tusk of a boar. A were-boar, in fact. Hunt down one and bring me its tusk. In return, I will teach you how to be a better scout. Please. You want the tusk of a were-boar because you want to remove the curse of a were-boar. It has nothing to do with any divine origin whatsoever. It's not anything other than magic. I suppose collecting the were-boar tusk would be useful for furthering our magical knowledge. Very well. I guess we probably should accept in that case. Very well, I accept your silly mission, even if it is just to improve my knowledge of the local area. You accept the priestess's mission. Become an initiate of Lacuna, renounce the worship of Lacuna, seek a blessing, or leave the temple. We have no more need to be here. Let's see what Nargil is offering us. Nargil is the lord of the lands of the dead, and his temple in the trading post is covered in friezes and gargoyles of ornate design depicting the souls of the dead on their journey to the underworld. Utter nonsense. Inside is cool and dark, hung with black velvet drapes. Typical. A scroll tacked to the wall reads, Wanted, person of unusual resourcefulness, see Temple Warden.
Ooh, that's me. I am of unusual intellect. Which means, naturally, of course, I'm going to be good at everything that comes across my path. Besides, temples are rich. If they give me some money, it'll help me further my cause.
The warden is in charge of security.
We've had an unfortunate accident, he says worriedly. In the crypt below the temple, we sometimes experiment with the corpses of the dead. Oh, you know, the occasional zombie, part of the rituals in honor of a particular aspect of Nigel we revere. It seems a ghoul has escaped from these pits and is terrorizing the villagers at night. We'd rather someone like you sorted the problem out before the militia got to hear of it. Destroy it and bring me the ghoul's head.
A ghoul? Oh, tisk, tisk, tisk. You see, this is what happens when amateurs try to use necromancy. No control whatsoever. Of course I can defeat the ghoul. It won't even raise a sweat. I know all about ghouls.
You take up the mission.
Search for it at night,
says the warden as you leave.
No, I'm going to search for a ghoul during the day. Everybody knows that undead only come out at night. Silly man. Right. Well, time to flex the little grey cells and find this ghoul. It's probably not even a real ghoul. It's probably just a zombie or an animated corpse at best. Backwards fools.
You set out that night on your quest to find the ghoul. Your arcane knowledge, superior intellect, tells you much about the undead. Ghouls are known to eat the flesh of the dead as well as the living. They like to make their homes in crypts and graveyards, and they never venture out during the day, as sunlight burns their pallid undead flesh. Also, they cannot abide a powder of salt and iron filings mixed together. You can purchase these ingredients for 15 shards at any market stall.
Well, he did say he was going to give us a reward, so it might be worth investing in the salt and iron filings. And that's not to say that we are weak. No, it just means that we are better prepared. Besides, I'm sure we can charge it back to the temple and make it back, and we'll say it cost us 30 shards. Oh, yes.
You make the purchase. You lose 15 shards. When you are ready to set off, you set off to the cemetery near the trading post.
Now, let's see. There.
A trail of gruesome murders and tales of terror leads you to an old cemetery in a near-deserted part of the old quarter. It is early morning, a few hours before dawn, so you haven't much time before the ghoul goes into hiding. At the gates of the cemetery, you find a small girl, hunched over, sobbing. When she sees you, she backs away, terrified.
No, stop crying, you snivelling little cretin. I demand that you come here and tell me exactly what you know.
The little girl runs off before you can talk to her. You thread your way through the pitted tombstones and brooding crypts of the cemetery, under a pale moon that bathes the graveyard in a sickly, pallid light. Suddenly, a foul stench fills your nostrils, and a figure rises up out of the shadows. Yellow eyes glow with feral bloodlust, and the creature sinks its black teeth into your arm before you can react.
Ah, you miserable, inferior creature!
Until you find a cure, you have 1 point subtracted from your sanctity, combat, and charisma abilities. No ability can drop below 1. Well, isn't that lucky? The ghoul, a rotting, walking corpse, lunges for you again.
Ah! Use salt and iron filings. We bought it for a reason, after all.
As fast as you can, you lay out a line of powder in front of you. The ghoul gives a moaning wail, oh, and shrinks back, unable to cross the line of salt and iron filings. Quickly you run around the ghoul, encircling it with powder. The creature lunges for you, but it cannot cross the line. You keep it at bay at every turn. Soon it is completely trapped. Casually,
No, I am dying of death.
Casually, you sit on a tombstone and wait for sunrise. When it comes, the ghoul is burnt to a crisp. You can take the rotting charred head and make your way back into town.
Right. I am wounded, I am bleeding, and I am unhappy. Here we go.
You want to see how the divine is respected in the settlement.
Where's this warden?
You did it! Exclaims the warden happily, taking the ghoul's head and placing it in a jar. It is time for a reward. You can choose only one of these 3 rewards. An amber wand plus 1 to magic, 500 shards, or a free resurrection deal.
I knew my superior brain would make the most out of this opportunity. Now, a resurrection deal would be a little bit contradictory considering that I don't believe in the gods, but it could be useful because I hate death. It is always so permanent in this game. It could be useful to have the amber wand, but my magic is already far superior to any of those who might try and mix magics with me. 500 shards, yes, it is definitely tempting. 500 shards!
So far, chat is voting for the shards. Chat is voting for the shards. A few more moments. $500 shards. That's what everyone's voting for.
I'll take the cash.
The priest looks you over.
I'm afraid we have no one skilled enough to cure you. However, I believe the Temple of Marka in Yellowport might be able to help, and the holy waters at Blessed Springs are known to be efficacious in this kind of case.
Yes. The Blessed Springs, let me guess. Hot, smelly water that everyone thinks is going to cure them, and they're going to have to pay a fee to sit in, I'm sure. Or go and grovel at a Temple of Marker in Yellowport. Neither are particularly enticing. However, with our current infection, we're not looking too good, and we certainly couldn't lift a dagger to save our lives. I wonder what we should do. Well, either way, we have to leave this miserable forest, I think. We are still wounded, of course. That was from that awful bite. We do have this potion of cure wounds, but I think that might be more useful in a, battle. So for now, I'm going to the tavern to rest. I need my rest.
The Green Man Inn costs you a shard a day, and each day that you stay here, you recover 1 stamina point. So, let's recover our stamina points.
And then I said to them, I'm the best! And that's at that point they asked me to leave my little village forever. In a little boat. My grandfather promised me stories, but, let's see. Well, good.
So, where are we going? Blessed Springs has only a small entrance fee, says Mithdracon. Rest up, then the Springs, says Glenn. Russell Hobbs says Hot Springs episode. Zachariah Ritter, the Springs could have a better explanation. Okay, well, I think let's go to the Springs. And so that will require us to leave.
Now, We're fairly certain that those obsidian stones on the tower, on the hill, I should say, those should allow us to get somewhere, if not everywhere or anywhere. But the forest... Oh, we do have to get the werebore. That is true, too. But in our current state, unless we can use magic to obliterate that boar, it could be problematic. Let's see. Let's go to the forest. Perhaps we'll find this werebore, dispatch it, get the help from the priestess of Lacuna, and then we can be done with this miserable little island of ingrates, incompetence, and unread.
The trees are closely packed, leaning together as if in conference, whispering quietly among themselves. Birds twitter in the distance, and slivers of sunlight lance down through the musty gloom. As you proceed along a forest track, you think you hear a rustling in the bushes. Later, you spot a shadowy figure darting through the trees. Or was it your imagination? An animal's snuffling sound right behind you makes you spin around, but there is nothing there.
I don't like this place. It's too full of nature.
You struggle deeper into the forest until you come to a thick wall of impenetrable thorn bushes. Circling it, you find that there is a break in the hedge, but it is filled by a large tree. To your surprise, a face forms in the trunk and speaks in a woody voice.
None can pass. Begone, human.
Well, I hardly think that's any way to talk to me, one of the great mages. Look, I think we've just got on the wrong foot. You explain what a tree lover you are. I absolutely adore trees, all those leaves and things. Ooh, yes. And that your heart has always been at home in the forests. Yes, I practically was born in a forest. Well, it was a timbered building that had wooden walls, which I guess counts as a forest once. You portray yourself as the greenest adventurer ever. And that's why I plant a tree every year.
No, what a load of rotten leaves, exclaims the tree. Anyone can see you're as bad as the next human. In fact, I'd say you're probably a lumberjack. Now, get lost.
Well, I hate forests and I want you all to be turned into books. Ha! There, I said it. You easily find your way to the trading post. Well, that didn't help us at all. On to the stones, I say.
A narrow path leads up the hill to the top of which is crowned with a circle of large obsidian standing stones, hewn from solid rock. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem but newly lain. They form 3 archways, each carved with mystic symbols and runes of power. There are 3 stone gates engraved with ancient runes. Each gate is marked with a name: Yellowport, Marlock City, and Wishport. From here you can see the coast and the whole island, which is heavily forested.
Now, let's see. I think we did want to go to Yellowport and then up to the Blessed Springs, but I suspect we haven't found that werebore yet. Now, I don't know if the werebore is on the island, but it would seem to make sense considering that's where the priestess gave it to us. Now, let's explore the island just a little bit more. The stones aren't going anywhere after all.
You decide to explore the island further and ponder where to go next. You have a clear view from the top of the hill of the northern parts of the island, and you notice a previously unknown to you road that snakes along the cliff tops.
Well, the coastal road, of course. Roads indicate intelligence. Someone must have built them once.
You are on the coastal road that snakes along the windswept cliff tops in the north of the Isle of Druids. Score 2 to 5, attacked by highwaymen.
Oh yes, that is also what lives here, is highwaymen.
2 brigands leap out from hiding and menace you with their swords. One is behind you, one in front.
Give it up, they advise. Money's not worth getting killed over.
Actually, given the amount of gold that I'm carrying, it actually is. But I don't think I can outrun 2 of them, so I shall use my magical power to destroy you all! Oh God, ow!
They have an accomplice in hiding who shoots you with an arrow. Lose 2 stamina. The 3rd brigand then leaps up to join his comrades.
All right, I shall teach you some manners. Behold my awesome power! Oh, there really are 3 of them.
Ice Bolt. Call forth a bolt of ice that explodes and deals 50% max weapon damage to a target tile and all adjacent enemies. All enemies caught in the explosion suffer frostbite for 2 rounds.
Oh no! That didn't do anything! They're too far away! Curse you, magic! Yes, that's right. Come closer. Oh.
Call down a bolt of lightning. 50% and 70% days. Yes.
You, woman! Take that! Ah, the power! You are still standing. Okay. I'm just going to go and stand over here for no particular reason. I killed a ghoul with my superior intellect! Ah! No, stop shooting me! Ah! Ah! Oh no! Oh dear!
You gain 1 stamina. The brigands let you live. They take all your cash and for good measure also divest you of your possessions. You are left with scarcely a scrap of cloth to cover yourself. Next time you'll know not to be so argumentative, says the leader of the brigands as they run off.
I hate you all. I hate you with all of the hatred that my intellect can possibly summon. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. We have no money. We don't have anything. So glad we got those 500 shards. I hate this island. I want to leave this island and never come back here until I am ready to burn down the forest to the ground with my power. Right, Yellow Port it is.
You step through the archway. Immediately the symbols on the stone begin to glow with red-hot energy. Your hair stands on end and your body tingles. A crackling nimbus of blue-white force engulfs you. The sky darkens and thunder and lightning crash and leap across the heavens. Suddenly your vision fades and everything goes black. When your sight returns, you find yourself at the gates of a large city set on an ochre-coloured river. A vile stink of brimstone permeates the air. You wrinkle your face up in disgust and gag involuntarily.
Oh, welcome to Yellow Port,
says a passing merchant. The stinking river brings rich deposits of sulphur from the Lake of the Sea Dragon down to the town, where it is extracted and stored in the large waterfront warehouses run by the Merchants Guild. From here, the mineral is exported all over Harkoon. Unfortunately, all that sulphur has its drawbacks. The stink is abominable, and much of the city has a yellowish hue. The river is so full of sulphur that it is virtually useless as a source of food or of drinking water. However, the demand for sulphur, especially from the sorcerers' guilds, is great.
Politically, much has changed in the past few years. The old and corrupt king of Saqqara, Corrin VII, has been deposed and executed in a military coup. General Grieve Marlock and the army now control Saqqara. The old council of Yellowport has been indefinitely dissolved, and a provost marshal, Marlos Marlock, the general's brother, appointed as military governor of the town. Now, I have nothing. I have a loincloth. I'm still diseased. I have one stamina point. Things are not looking good. We will have to make something of ourselves. There's no doubt about it. Okay. I'm not sure what we can do, actually. We could go exploring, I suppose. Maybe we can find something. You walk around the smelly streets of the sulphurous city. The market is large and busy. At the corner of Brimstone Plaza, gigantic braziers burn sweet-smelling incense in an attempt to overpower the rotten egg smell that permeates the whole city. There are many stalls and goods to choose from. Your adventuring instincts push you to explore some of the back streets. Well, we need money, we need life, we need hope. Perhaps I am doomed to be the most intellectually advanced vagabond there ever was. Woe is me. Well, we might as well start in the area around the palace. Someone might recognize my genius and realize what has befallen me, and will make sure that I am restored to my rightful place and position. A patrol of militiamen, mercenaries in the pay of the dictator Grieve Marlock, stop you in the street. They decide you will be arrested unless you pay 15 shards as taxes. Do I look like I have anything with which to pay? Of course I can't pay you, you stupid morons. Refusing to pay your taxes, eh? Says their leader. That's a crime for sure. They close in around you. You'll have to think fast. No, wait, look, I am a hideous, deformed ingenious. You try to prove your loyalty to the new regime, but they don't believe a word of it. They beat you into unconsciousness and leave you lying in the gutter. They rob you of all the money you had, but leave your possessions untouched. You come around with only 3 stamina points. Thank you! Thank you very much! You can beat me again! Yes, come back! Oh, I hate my life right now. All right, well, that's the palace. Perhaps there's a harbour. A thing in the harbour. Oh. While taking a stroll through the busy harbour area, you overhear a conversation between 2 merchants and learn the most profitable trading routes between Saqqara and Golnir. You are positive it will come in handy if you make a small investment in the Merchants Guild. No, I have nothing at all. All right, I'll go to the poor quarter. A mad beggar covered in sores and grime accosts you in the street. Oh, noble one, aid me for the love of the gods, he rants, frothing at the mouth and gesticulating wildly. I need coins to eat, food to spend, and blessings to wear. You're an idiot. But sure. Bless you in the name of the unidentified god. Oh. Well. I mean, you mumble a prayer to the gods, but you're not sure if you got the ritual right. The beggar thanks you and babbles, Yes, a new doublet for an old beggar. I shall wear it with pride. He wanders off, stopping passerbys to show off what he thinks are his new clothes. Poor old fool. Oh, God. All right, fine. We'll explore by night. It can't get very much worse, can it? You set out to explore the city of Yellowport at night, unwholesome though it is, with its reeking air and dusty ochre streets. Head for the rough part of town, go to the wealthy area, or explore the merchants' warehouses. No, I think
Well, let's start at the rough part of town. I mean, if it can't get any worse.
While making your way through the back streets of the poor quarter, you are set upon by knife-wielding thugs who intent of relieving you of your purse.
No! Wait! I'll talk. No, wait. Oh, God, I look like a monster. I hate you all. Just leave me alone.
The thugs are not impressed by your words. You have no choice but to fight them. A fine opportunity to teach those thugs not to mess with you.
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, we are so doomed. Look, I want to run away. Oh dear. What can we do? I'm going to defend myself. Fools, it was a ruse. Huzzah! My magic has worked! Tremble before me, the great mage! Sorry? Yes. Crawl forward, you limpid biscuits. Now feel the wrath. You, Kazam! Oh my goodness, I wish my magic was stronger. Hello. Nice day we're having. Defend myself. Oh dear. Why are these taking so long to recharge? Yes! Have at you! You should all run away now! See what I have done to your friend? Live in fear! I am the great mage! Don't hurt me! Defend ourselves or lightning bolt someone? You die! Oh, that didn't work so well. No, nothing. Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I'm.
You got no shards. You gain 1 stamina. You are stunned into unconsciousness when you come round with 1 stamina point and realize they have robbed you of all of your money.
Ha ha ha! Fools! I have no money! I have but the coin I wear for my dress and the spells that I feast upon! Oh no! What is happening? Oh dear. I am not giving up just yet. We haven't yet explored the wealthy area. Please, someone, I am of breeding. I have good value. I know stuff.
A pale woman in black leather brushes past you in the street, casting you an enigmatic look. Musing to yourself about the strange woman, you pause at the end of the alleyway to buy roast chestnuts as you watch her striding off into the evening smog enveloping the city.
That'll be a shard,
grunts the chestnut vendor. You reach for your money pouch, then your hands fumble in panic. The pouch has gone. After a moment, the truth dawns on you. You stare grimly in the direction that the black-garbed woman went, but there is no sign of her now.
I'll have those chestnuts back then,
growls the vendor when he sees you can't pay.
What if I told you a nice story? No? All right. Well, last chance before I leave here. How I haven't started yet, I don't know.
You hear a muffled cry of distress from a dark alley.
Where there is distress, there might be reward.
You find a huddled, moaning figure on the ground. As you approach, a net is thrown over you from behind.
Oh no.
You glimpse a face painted with white bone dust and big red circles around the eyes, just before a terrific blow on the back of your head slams you into unconsciousness.
Here we go again.
You come round inside a disused warehouse enmeshed in the net. You have been stripped of all of your possessions.
Well, that didn't take long.
They are in a tidy pile nearby. Oh, if only that were true.
Several men surround you. They are dressed in furs and robes that are adorned with hundreds of multicolored feathers. Each man wears a necklace of animal skulls and has his teeth sharpened to needle-like points. "Hello," the leader says reasonably. "We are the unspeakable ones. It is our way to eat people in sacrifice of our god." He points to a squat wooden idol of a grossly fat half-man, half-ape, with ivory needles for teeth. You notice the name Badagor, the Unspoken, inscribed on a plaque at the base of the idol.
"Oh, yeah? Badagor, the Unspoken? Who's he?" you ask.
"No, do not speak his name," shouts the cannibal, "or you will be forever cursed."
"Too late."
You notice a large cauldron of boiling water, into which another cultist is tossing herbs and garlic. He stares at you and licks his lips.
"I should warn you, I am diseased. I'm probably not going to be very good eating."
You learn from their conversations that they are from the jungles of distant Ancon Konu, the Feathered Lands, and that they have come here to find new sacrifices for their god and new members for their cult. The chef pronounces the cauldron is ready, and they remove the net that holds you.
Wait! That stew actually looks pretty good right about now, so can I join your cult?
"Wait!" you cry.
"I have seen the light and the food. I wish to join your cult."
"What?" yells the chef. Then his shoulders sag in resignation. "We cannot refuse a new member," says the leader with obvious disappointment. "And we cannot eat our own people," he adds sadly. A short ceremony later, fortunately the initiation does not involve any cannibalistic rites, and you are a full member of the cult of Badagor. You gain the new title, Unspeakable Cultists. You take your leave and they wish you well, all smiles and friendship. "Remember, never say his name, and don't forget to bring us new recruits," says the leader. "Oh, and some people for dinner," adds the chef. Hastily, you head for the city centre.
That's it. I'm done with this town. I have had nothing but bad luck. I have been beaten. I have been bruised. I am going to go and find this spring of whatever, and I am going to go and bathe in it. Ah!
You are following the course of the stinking river, and it certainly does stink, laden with sulphur as it is.
Oh, no! Ow! No! Buzz off!
You are stung by a large golden insect. You have been poisoned by the sting of an insect. You have 1 point subtracted from your combat as you are weakened. You are poisoned, but you can restore your abilities to normal if you get cured.
I don't want to be here anymore. Maybe the stinking river will provide some kind of...
The stinking river has cut its way through the high ground here. On the edge of the chasm that overlooks the river lies the village of High Theris. The locals are behaving very oddly. You watch the villagers lay out a fine feast on the village green. A pig is set roasting on a spit, loaves of freshly baked bread are piled beside bowls overflowing with fruits, butter, and cheese. Lastly, the richest merchants of the village bring coffers full of silver, which they set beside the table. To your amazement, instead of sitting down to dine, the villagers then scurry home and start closing the shutters on their windows.
So, you don't say. All that food just lying around, and, that coin doesn't seem to be of much use to anyone. What goes on here, you stupid peasants? You ask. Why do you behave so oddly, aside from the fact that you are stupid, uneducated peasants?
The villagers seem quite frightened of you, but one old fellow has nerve enough to reply,
This is
This banquet is for the ghosts of the 3 travellers who lost their way in a storm, who fell into our mill pond and were drowned. They drowned in a mill pond. Yes, well, obviously that was the storm's fault. When was this, you ask? 7 years since. They come every year on this night, and if we don't placate them with victuals and treasure, there'd be a mess of trouble.
How do you know that? Oh, no, I mean, how do you know the word victuals? It seems awfully an educated kind of word for someone of your ilk. Now, who told you about this?
Old Megan told us.
Ah, an educated person, perhaps, he says.
She knows much about these things.
She definitely sounds like an educated sort. My kind of person. I think this is something that we should look into. From the cover of a hedge, you wait until dusk. By now, all the villagers are safely indoors with their shutters tightly barred. As the sky is turning from velvet indigo to the starlit blackness of night, you see 3 pale figures come loping across the green from the direction of the mill pond. They must be ghosts. Seeing the banquet, they utter gleeful cries and start to devour what has been set out for them.
Hang on a second. That doesn't make any sense. Why do ghosts need food?
You notice that the figures have left footprints on the damp grass and cannot therefore be ghosts.
Idiots. Oh, I see what's going on here. Very clever.
Yes, well, I'm in no condition to fight them. Burdened by their heavy chest full of coins, the 3 figures have left deep footprints in the grass.
It shouldn't be too hard to follow that.
You follow the footprints to the mill.
Naturally.
Where you see an old lady and 2 men brushing flour off their clothes. Another successful year's hunting, laughs the woman. Quietly, you creep back and tell the villagers what you've discovered.
You're all idiots.
Brimming with outrage, they go straight to the mill and seize the 3 miscreants.
Old Megan!
Cries one of the villagers when he sees who is the ringleader of the 3.
So, you've been masquerading as a ghost for these 7 years, eh? Well, tomorrow we'll take you to the gallows, and then you can play the part for real.
Ah, yes. Well, 80 shards.
But there was a chest full of coins. You were just going to give that away to them? Can't I have more than 80 shards? All right, fine.
You do not wait around to see what fate befalls old Megan and her accomplices. In theory, they should be taken to the assizes in the nearest town, but feelings run so deep in this case that you suspect there will be some rough justice meted out. You resume your journey.
You see, superior intellect wins the day, and we have arrived. This is not the Blessed Springs. I may have taken a wrong route.
You are up the stinking river, without a paddle it would seem. Near its source, the Lake of the Sea Dragon. From here, the yellow waters rush down to the sea. The smell of bubbling, sulphur-laden water is abominable. The shores of the lake are swept by ochre waves, and the air smells foul. A sickly, pale green seaweed is the only vegetation that can survive in the sulphurous waters of the lake. A small fishing village, Cadmium, has grown up on the shores of the lake.
Well, let's see what we could get in market. Silver ingot or a fish? No, we don't want any of those. Let's explore.
The local village is very small, with limited options to explore. Maybe you could try and talk to a fisherman, hire a boat and go fishing, or go back.
Well, fishing, you ask? Surely nothing can live in these poisonous waters.
The fisherman shows you a bright yellow fish with grey stripes, saying, "Oh, the only smolder fish. It's adapted to the sulphur, you see. It feeds on the local seaweed. Mind you, smolder fish is totally inedible."
Why hunt it then?
Oh, well, each smolder fish is worth quite a bit to sorcerers and the like. We've got a standing quota to fill each month for the magical colleges at Dwoma. The sulphur-laden organs burn in a particular way. A very useful ingredient in certain magics, I'm told.
And where does all this sulphur come from?
Oh, well, scholars say there is an underground volcanic vent. Others believe it is the breath of a sea dragon. And personally, I always drop a silver nugget into the waters once a month to appease the dragon, for his favourite meal is silver.
You drop silver nuggets into this lake. Does someone fetch them afterwards? I mean, dragon. I mean, yes, there's a dragon in the lake. He's collecting silver nuggets. Don't be foolish. Pull the other one. Well, we don't have enough to purchase a silver nugget, and I'd hate to be caught on a lake. No, we said we were going to Blessed Springs, and that's where we're going. I can only assume it's that collection of water down there. Let's follow the eastern road. You are on the road between Blessed Springs and Venifax. Pilgrims, sick and injured, travel this route to the holy waters of Blessed Springs to find salvation. Blessed by a priest. You gain a safety from storm's blessing. Thank you so much. Clearly, I'm a sailor. Fool. Not that it means anything anyway.
The village of Blessed Springs, nestling at the foot of a tall hill, has grown up around the holy waters, a special spring said to have healing powers. It has been fenced off by the villagers, and a priesthood appointed to supervise the supplicants who come to bathe or drink of the spring's waters. There is no market, but an alchemist has set up shop here.
Let's see. Well, let's go and swim in the lake. Oh, let's go to the tavern. Yes. Yes. Oh, that feels so much better. All right, let's listen to some rumors, I guess.
A few locals are discussing recent events. It seems some hideous beast has made its lair in a cave on the hill that overlooks the village.
It's a garlock!
You're awfully loud, says a farmer.
And it's amassed quite a bit of treasure by all accounts. Lifted from its victims, of course. A brave adventurer like yourself could get rich if you killed it. You'd be doing us all a favour as well.
You obviously have no volume control whatsoever. Go away, you horrid creature. You ask what a Gorlock looks like, but no one knows. No one's ever come back to tell the tale, says the innkeeper. There's not much else to hear. Well, we haven't yet got to the spring, so how do we go to the actual springs? You have heard stories of the Holy Spring and its healing powers. The village has basically grown up around it, and you have limited places to go, due to the guards hired by the priests of Mulhern to patrol the area. Still, you think you can pay a visit to the Holy Waters, the alchemist's shop, explore the hill, or go back. Well, as we're getting near the end of our time here with this very unlucky mage, let's go to the Holy Waters first. A wooden stockade encloses the springs. At the gate, 2 militiamen stand on guard, and a priest dressed in blue robes sits behind a desk. 35 shards to enter the divine spa, says the priest.
35 shards to sit in some... Oh dear, all right, well, fine.
You find a wide pool of bubbling, electric blue water. It gives off a strong, invigorating scent, like crushed pine leaves. Bathe in the waters. You strip off what little we have and wade into the bubbling waters. The effect is astonishing. You feel a sense of well-being coursing through your body. If you are suffering from disease or poison, you are cured instantly and can restore your abilities to normal. When you are ready, you leave the area.
Oh, that is so much better.
You know, there might just be some truth in the healing properties of these springs. Not God-inspired. No gods here. But certainly there is something to it. Well,
That is definitely better. Alright, let's talk with the alchemist. He might have some learning. The alchemist's shop is lined with potions, jars of exotic substances, herbs, and so on. Alembics and beakers bubble and boil, full of strangely coloured liquids. The alchemist, a tall, gangly fellow with the beak of a nose, sells potions. The alchemist can make you some special potions as well, but he needs some ingredients. He needs an ink sac and 250 shards. Well, don't we all? If you pay the money and have an ink sac, he will make you a potion of restoration. It can be used only once to heal all lost stamina points, cure poison and disease. He also needs a scorpion venom and 50 shards. If you pay the money and have some scorpion venom, he will make you a scorpion antidote. It can be used only once to cure the poison. Well, we don't have any of that. All right, so be it. Let's go and have a look at this Garlock idea. But before we do, the winner of the, I do beg your pardon, the second game code. I've got the things here. The answer to name one of the two authors, and the next winner is Devon Plombier. Devon Plombier, at least that's what it says here. Devon Plombier. Got it right. Dave Morris. One of the two authors of Fabled Lands, Dave Morris and Jamie Thompson. So Devon Plombier, well done to you for that. I will send your code to you right now. If you are in chat, congratulations on getting that right. You now have a copy of the PC game Fabled Lands as created by Prime Games. And I'm just sending that through to you right now. Devon Plombier. So there we are. Okay. And if Devon is in the chat, congratulations. That means our last question. For this evening, for that final game code, which I will announce in 9 minutes as we come to the end of our stream. That final game code, and the question, I think it's a fairly simple one. You might not. What is the name of General Grieve Marlock's brother who runs Yellowport? We've encountered it earlier on in the stream. So, what is the name of General Grieve Marlock? What is the name of his brother who runs the town of Yellowport? In the meantime, and send those through, by the way, to geekstable@gmail.com. Send through your answer. There, I should have said that. So please send that through. Okay? Thank you for that. All right, so explore the hill. Here we go. You make your way up the hill. After a while, you spot a cave set into the hillside. A little further up, judging by the human bones dumped near the entrance, this is the lair of a dangerous beast. Fresh tracks of some large, two-legged, three-toed creature lead from the cave into some nearby trees. It seems it is not home at the moment. Well, this is definitely unusual. Everything indicated the cave is empty, so you approach carefully, on the lookout for attack from behind. Suddenly, something rushes out of the cave, taking you by surprise. It is a Gorlock, a beast with legs like a bird, a body like a reptile, with two short forelimbs and a beaked lizard-like head. You see that its two legs end in backward-pointing feet. The tracks it leaves will always show the wrong direction of travel. It bites at you savagely. You lose 4 stamina. Ah! Oh no, you horrid creature! Freeze! Why didn't it freeze? That's it, frozen? Ow! We're gonna die! Do we have anything in our backpack? Nothing. Oh no. Aha! A chance. Death bird! Oh no. Death again! Oh no! Oh dear! Oh! Ow, it burns! It cuts us deep! Cost us 4, cost us 3. Do we lightning bolt and defend? Do we attack and defend once? We can do that. No, we can't. We've only got 3 action points. Alright. Lightning bolt it. Oh no! Look, I'm sorry! Oh! Your bones join the others at the entrance of the cave. You are dead, since you do not have a resurrection deal. An unfortunate end to your adventures. Oh! Well, that's it, folks. I mean, the timing couldn't have been better. It's as if the game knew that I needed to end now. So, there we are. Fabled Lands by Prime Games. What a lot of fun it is to just go through. It brings back so many memories, I have to say. Based on the original books, as written by Jamie Thompson and Dave Morris, Fabled Lands themselves. And I have to say, having played through the game, something that they have done is they're very faithful to the old books, but they have added in some extra little chapters, some extra little bits and bobs for you to do, which I think is making the game a touch easier. Not a huge amount, I have to say, but just a touch easier. And so there is definitely that. Of course, there's the map. The combat system is so much fun. It can be quite a challenge. Our mage, you can see his intellect worked for him most of the time, except that, of course, it didn't help him in combat. And I think my tactical skills didn't help me in combat either. So if you want to grab a copy, head on over to Steam on PC and look for Fabled Lands. It is out now. You can grab a copy. But one last person has won a copy. And I have to say it's on a 15% discount on Steam at the moment. And it isn't expensive in the first place, which is fantastic. So there is that. And here we go. So the last winner. Who or what was the name of the brother of Grieve Marlock? It is Marlock. And the winner for that is Justin Che. Justin Che got in before anybody else by just a few moments. So Justin Che, you have won the final key that I will be giving out tonight. Congratulations to you. And you can redeem that on Steam. Hopefully you're not a Mac user. No, I'm kidding. You can redeem that on Steam. And I've got to paste it properly. Focus. There you go. And, oh, I typed in Conger, which stands for congratulations. I'm dead. What do I know? So there you are. Thank you to everybody who entered the competitions and who gave such wonderful and awesome input into this game. Again, it's always fun to play through. Death is something that will definitely happen. And I wasn't playing it in Iron Man mode. I was just playing it in good old-fashioned regular mode. So there we are. A big thank you to the creators of Fabled Lands, the computer game, for allowing me to do this playthrough. And, of course, to the original creators, Jamie Thompson and Dave Morris, who are working on new projects as far as I can hear. So continue to watch my YouTube channel for updates on them. I absolutely adore them. They shaped my early childhood, so I feel it's only right to give back in whatever way I can. From myself to all of you, I just want to say a big thank you for watching. I need to get onto Twitch real quickly so we can do a raid of some of my friends who are online, I'm sure.
But in the meantime, what I have to say is I am back next week Thursday for our usual training grounds, which is where young GMs, or not young GMs, where GMs come along and can participate. So watch out for that. That's every Thursday starting at 5 p.m. UTC. So here we go. We're going to raid World Anvil. I see that they are busy. No, apparently they're not busy. I thought they were. Let's just make sure I typed it in correctly. Maybe it's one word. Nope, it's not there either. So I don't know how to raid the channel. Let's see. Typed in /raid, and then I type in the channel name. So why does it not? Is it case sensitive? I don't know. Look at an idiot. I can't survive in. Nope, it just says no. It says no. Why is it saying no? /raid and then the channel. They are live. That's what I'm saying. Can I right click on them and say raid? No. I don't know. I thought I had a moderator who could help me, but apparently not. Anyway, folks, I wish I could raid them. I really, really do. I thank you all for being here, and I thank you all for watching. And until next time, I will see you all, well, anon. Farewell.